going to make a request. Do you have a shirt on under your sweater?
Yeah.
Ditch your sweater, because we got to close the door and it's going to get really hot in here.
Do you...
Oh, you can just toss my suitcase closed.
Do you have another one of these? Because this one's been lost and it won't sit straight without it.
Yes. Okay. This is live. If you're tuning in, we're early. Don't worry about it. I'm just testing a thing. Cat's like super cute. Oh, we could just have a cat stream to start. I think I'll do that. Just have it aimed right at her. Woof, to start. Okay, if you're watching this, I'm testing a thing because Steve's streams ended after 8 minutes. So we're just going to keep this going to see if Steve's stream was the thing that was messed up or if it's just this that's messed up. Hey, Joanna. How was your trip home? Oh, you just drove. Got it. Cool. All right. Because there were so many issues with last week's stream. Oh, goodness. This is what I was worried about. Please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframes are not being sent enough. This is what I was worried about. It is busted. I think something's happened with Restream. Okay, and we're back. The cat is a placeholder. There we go. And dogs are about to come in. Oh, there's a microwave. Did you microwave? Normally I wouldn't be showing the setup thing, but I wanted to do this because we had some issues with the stream last week, so I wanted to make sure stuff worked. If you start to get like weird buffering, please let us know as soon as possible.
If it dies after exactly 8 minutes, let us know.
It got really sketchy after 2 minutes when I did this test. I'm streaming the cat. So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see. You're doing a cat scan.
Oh, goodness. All right. Can you feed the dogoosh? And I'll make us plates. So, we're going to go scarf food rather quickly.
Let me take it off.
And you all get to watch the cat. Our microphone is so special. Can you figure it out?
Oh, hey, love.
I just do this. Sweet Jesus. And then you have to let it think, and it'll tell you what it's going to do. And then it starts.
Along the
Very
subject,
special microwave.
following the subject of the dog getting small, cute animals today, is this either of yours?
That's mine!
Yes, she had it in her mouth with Beaver at the same time, and she was carrying both of them.
Thank you, Koala, for not dying.
Yeah.
I need some wine.
Yeah, well, I guess our dog's favorite thing in the world is to take a toy that is like this and
Angelus-
shake it.
So Angelus looked it up, and it was an adult mole.
As an adult
So I
mole.
think Zizi might have found a nest.
And the babies.
I didn't look under the bush, but there might not be. Or there might be lonely.
Okay, I will.
So if you
We'll
want to go
check it
right
out.
now and peek under the bush,
That sort of thing makes me sad.
can't take I'll help.
Yeah. No.
I can show you where they are.
Right, yeah, I believe it. She's like, oh, are we going to fill my Kong back up? No. Ichi.
Ichi won't do things. It's the other one.
So,
There is spices behind you. What is it called? I'm just gonna microwave this. I use garlic salt. That's good too.
is this actually open or is there?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Whew. So I'm gonna tell you all a story. It's a sad story. This morning, as I was I let Xena out while I was finishing getting ready for the day. And she started playing with a bush. Oh, Zizi, come here. Let me take your thing off. Ichi, come here. Just sit at the table, Angelus. And so, Xena was trying to play with the bush. And she tries to play with bushes usually when she's downed a bee, and she's trying to play with the bee. So, I thought she'd caught a bee. So I went out, and, oh, she'll eat your chicken if you're not careful. So, I went out, and went over to the bush, and I didn't hear anything. Xena walked away, and I was like, okay, maybe it was something else, maybe it's gotten away. Then I come back inside, and Xena goes back immediately to trying to play with the bush. And so I'm like, so I go in and get my shoes, and I storm out, and Ichi runs out with me to check the bush. And
Well,
Xena has found an adorable furry creature and killed it, in her attempts to try and play with it.
yeah, that's what you get. It won't play with you anymore.
Oh no, was it a thing?
Huh?
Were there babies under the bush?
There were two spots. Basically, the bush was on top of the decomposing leaves, and there were two spots where it looked like something had been
Nesting?
making a spot, but it wasn't big. So it was perhaps the beginning of that. The mole was perhaps evaluating locations.
Okay.
I don't.
There might have been something there, because she did eat something. So I think Xena found a nest of adorable baby moles and ate it. So yeah, that was that. Also, you can see what we feed people that come visit us, which is chickens and plain rice. So there you go. So it was an adorable. It was like it had a button nose and the whole nine, and that was how my day started. So yeah. So I was like, Steve, I can't deal with that right now. So I just left it, and then he came, and he checked out the situation for me. Yeah. But it was cute. It had a little button nose, little paws. It was just very sad. I wish she would exterminate our rat problem, but I really don't want her eating rats, so I guess there's that. All right. We are going to play Century Spice Road. It is 7 o'clock, so I'm going to tweet that we're here. I'm allowing Angelus to get on camera because he's a guest, but this is Angelus from StoryBoard Web TV from Sydney, Australia, and he came to America to go to Origins, and I was like, you should come to Portland after, and he did, because apparently I have very powerful
Friendship magic.
Friendship magic. So yeah. Okay, I have to plug in the laptop, otherwise it's gonna die. And this will be a short stream. Angelus, why don't you tell them more about, like, stuff or whatever?
A moment.
Yeah, while you're eating, just, is this the one that caught fire? I think this is the one that caught fire.
So for those of you who don't know, as Tiff mentioned, I'm Angelus. I have been doing largely a lot of written reviews over the last year. I managed to publish my 300th last week now. I launched last July. I met Tiff at Essen, and we kind of bonded really quickly there. We've been chatting a lot, and as Tiff mentioned, she invited me to check out Portland while I was here in America. And yeah, it's a really beautiful city. Steve was rather amused at my expressions of delight at seeing squirrels and raccoons for the first time in just my general vicinity that wasn't a zoo.
I thought when he sent me a message, I was still in Columbus, and he sent me an all caps message was that,
Should I let her out?
no, she needs to eat dinner. He sent me an all caps message that was squirrels and raccoons, and I was just like, did Xena take over his phone? I didn't understand. So yeah.
All the different types of furry creatures.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah. All right.
okay.
We need to
apparently
feed
moles.
them. And
Yeah.
apparently we didn't even know we had moles. Thanks, Xena.
She's
Did you wash your hands?
yeah, I can do that. She's
Steve
really
was
good
deposed.
at social deduction games
Oh, yeah.
because she found them all.
Oh God. Okay.
I thought it was Ichi that had the sonar ears.
She does, but Xena has the sonar
Well,
nose.
yeah, they're like the dream team. They're like the buddy cops.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. I thought I was getting texts from Xena because Angelus was shouting about squirrels and raccoons in all caps. But anyway, today we're going to play Century Spice Road as soon as Angelus finishes eating, which is a new game that just came out. It should be in stores now if you haven't already seen it in stores. But we're gonna do a playthrough, and it is designed by I'm sorry, Emerson. I also called you Emerson. I can't pronounce your last name. I'm really sorry. But the publisher is Plan B Games and Nausicaa Games. Nausicaa Games is Emerson's publishing company. So, yeah. Don't use that. Oh, for Ichi, yeah. Well, she got it for several meals. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and I'm going to show you setup, and I'm going to tweet that we're going live. And then we're going to... Steve has never played. Angelus and I have played. So we have to wait for Steve to come back to teach. And then I might let Angelus teach so that I can eat. And then we're going to go. So you all are getting the special sneak preview because I'm going to cut this whole part out. I was doing this for stream testing. And it seems it's good. I'm assuming y'all are telling me it's good. So the real stream is going to start in but a moment. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for the real stream to start? The recorded playback stream? I think we are. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm just trying to make sure I remember the rules as well as possible.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. And here we go. I'm just going to do this. And we're live! Okay. So, haha, trixies. So we're going to tweet that we're live, and now other people that aren't subscribed can join. And yeah, so today we have special guest Angelus, who I've already introduced to the people in the chat, but for you watching in recorded futures, Angelus is StoryBoard Web TV on Twitter. Link down below in the doobly-doo to his Twitter handle. And yeah, he does written reviews, and he's all the way from Sydney, Australia. So,
Hello.
welcome.
I survived the long journey.
Hey, it's out. You have a fan.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna do that. Okay. So, this is Century Spice Road. Oh, I'm gonna show you this. This is pretty good. I'm gonna do overhead for this. Y'all ready? Oh. I'll do it this way. Here we go. So you pull it off, and check it out. The rules, single piece of paper, and then the card. This is the game. So you store, and this has been like in a suitcase and backpack, and the cubes are all good. The cards were a little skewed, but the cubes are all secure, and they come in bowls. So you just pull them out, and they're ready to play. How awesome is that? So these are actually gonna go up here. I did that, and then I'm like, let's change this up. That's so great. Then there are metal coins, which you do 2 per player. So we're gonna do 6 coins because we are playing a 3-player game. This game can go up to 5 players if you're curious. There are silver coins, which are worth 1 point at the end of the game, and gold coins, which are worth 3 points at the end of the game. So I'm going to put those out. And then, this is such easy setup, y'all. This game has been equated to the complexity of, like, Splendor, and I agree. And also, I just realized we should definitely have a playmat. There's a lot of card sliding in this, so I'm going to grab a playmat.
Okay.
Can you get the orange one? So, there are 2 decks of cards. There is the orange back card. These are basically like contracts and things that you're going for. Then there is the purple deck of cards, which is the action cards. So yeah, and then there's these cards, which are like starting hands, because this is sort of a deck builder. It's more of a hand builder. But everybody starts with the same identical starting hands, which are the purple back cards. There's 2 different types of cards. You're going to start with each of those. Then these are your spice holders. They have slots on them that have 10 spots. And one of them denotes who the starting player is. So, randomly distribute, flip, and Steve's the starting player. So we'll do that. Steve's going to sit here.
Right.
Or I could sit here, actually. Doesn't matter. So, otherwise we can flip. But the art in this is just, look at that. I'm just going to do that. I mean, look how pretty. So that's going to go there. Then, depending on start order, players are going to get certain stuff. So whoever's going first gets 3 turmeric. And then Angelus will get 4. This person will get 4. If you're playing with more players, they would get different quantities. You're going to put... Oh, you don't have to do it that way. The camera's not that way. Just do it towards normal people. But thank you for the effort. You put 5 contract cards out, and then you're going to put 6 of these cards out. And then the bowls you're going to put in this order. So you're going to do yellow, which is turmeric, red, which is saffron, green, which is, I can't remember, cardamom, and then brown, which is cinnamon. And you're going to put them in this order. It's important that they're in this order. And then that's setup. That's how easy that was. I'm going to do... Oh, that's great. Actually... Let's do that. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, honey. You are the only one that doesn't know how to play this game.
Or just something with
No,
cards.
no. Stop. Just going that far.
All right. It makes sense now.
Okay. There you go. Because then now it fits better in a wide camera.
Oh, big cards.
Yes, they're very pretty. All right. So I'm going to pass the teaching over to Angelus, and I'm going to go sneakily eat food off camera like Steve was recently doing. Let me get you the mouse so you can control the camera.
I have had this wonderfully sprung on me at the last moment, so I'm going to work off pure memory.
Oh, I believe in you, and the rules is right
Yes.
beside.
Yeah,
It's very, very easy. It's a very straightforward game. And then Steve, you're going to run the camera for him.
Don't worry, we've never gotten any rule wrong in any stream.
Oh no,
before,
we're
ever.
perfect. We're amazingly
Ever.
perfect.
No pressure.
Our track
Also,
record.
your hands.
All right, there you go.
Yep. All right.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna sneakily eat food.
So, the goal of this game is to have the most amount of points. You get points from completing these contracts here. The game will also end when one player has acquired 5 contracts, and the game will play out till everyone has had a complete action. So, starting with Tiffany, Steve will always be the last player in this game. To complete contracts, you simply must spend the spices as indicated on the card. So this one costs 3 turmeric and 2 cardamom. So in order to get that, you're going to use these cards and the ones you start with to basically generate small little engines of starting off with small amounts of cubes, exchanging them for better ones, and then eventually exchanging them to acquire the contracts. As Tiff noted earlier, if you acquire the contracts at the end of the road, you may take one of the coins. The coins are worth 3 points and 1 point respectively, and obviously this is just an incentive to ensure that the spice must flow effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's on your turn you get one action. You can either take one of these action cards, you can play a card, when you take it, it goes into your hand. You can play a card from your hand and apply its effect. You can rest, which is recover all the cards that you've played and take it back into your hand. Or you can spend the requisite spice to acquire that contract. When you are buying a card, an action card down here, you must either take the first one in the row, or for every card you skip over, you spend a spice of your choice. It can be anything, but obviously turmeric is cheap as chips, so you may as well use that one if you can. And then whoever takes that card will in fact acquire whatever spice has been placed upon it. I've effectively explained all the rules.
The types of cards.
Types of cards, so we have 2. These are exchanges, and these are generators, so to speak. So this one, if you have 2, saffron, you can exchange it for 1 cardamom and then 3 turmeric. That's going to do my head in trying to remember the names off the top of my head all the time, but whatever.
I have a feeling we're going to do colors.
Yeah, it will degenerate rather quickly. So these are exchange rates. Very straightforward. Now, one of the tricks, though, is with the exchange rates, you can do multiples. So I could, for example, with this card, exchange 4 red to get 2 and 6.
And it must be a full multiple.
Yeah, it has to be multiples of to get that exact multiples. Ones like this just, you get that. So this is, you get 2 turmeric, goes onto your mat. This one is upgrade. It is, for example, I spend a turmeric, get a saffron, and spend another turmeric, get a saffron, or I could do a 2 for 1. So upgrade that to a saffron, and then the saffron to a cardamom, straight away. As was sprung upon us when we first played.
And it's any 2 of your choice. Like, you could upgrade
Correct.
a turmeric to a saffron, and then a cardamom to cinnamon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes! Alright. I got the names.
Right, so the challenge is to use the names correctly throughout the rest of the stream.
Not gonna happen.
I mean, it's that's how we're making it more of like a storytelling game. Using the language. Cool.
Yes, we have our spice storage houses. I don't know what their actual names are. You'll note that we have capacity for 10 cubes. So I believe, can we...
End of your turn.
End of your turn, right. So it's not you must discard down to 10 at the end of your turn, rather than you can never have more than 10.
When you play cards, what happens to them?
They stay in front of you like this until you use your action to rest, in which case you take all of them back into your hand.
Okay.
And when you acquire a card, it goes into your hand. Have I missed anything now?
Does she have questions?
I don't. Oh, points.
Yes,
I gather.
these
Points
are
on
the point values.
Is money worth anything at the end of the game?
1, 3.
Oh, points, right.
There's tiebreaker for cubes. Just double check.
I believe the tiebreaker is...
Each non-yellow cube is 1 point as well. And the player with the most points win. If there's a tie...
I think it's actually 2 cubes per point.
It says each non-yellow cube is worth 1 point.
Okay,
Wow.
you're good. Sorry. I'm mixing games. I learned a lot of games this weekend.
I mean, if we put components from a bunch of them together, could we play that game? Of
The one in my head?
Yeah, the one in your head. That's just, a little bit of everything.
Probably. Also, your food is now in the microwave.
Oh.
We're eating in shifts. We normally start at 7:30, but I wanted to start a little earlier. I'm going to try and start the Caverna stream much earlier, because there's been a lot of requests. But we'll see. Anyway, I go first! Alright.
Is that because you were the one to have most recently eaten something that involved cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, or saffron?
No, it's because when we randomly got these out, I got the one with the little flower symbol. But nice try. Okay. Alright, so I am going to spend 1 cube to buy this.
Mhm.
So then we do the shuffling game, which is why this game is on a card map. Because, yeah.
I am
There we go.
going to just get 2 more turmeric.
I think I'm going to move this camera up here.
I am going to upgrade 2 turmeric into 2 saffron.
There we
Do
go.
those little bowls come with it?
Yes.
Yes! They store in it inside the box even. It even, holds them amazingly.
Oh
And,
my
they
God.
flew in those and no cubes moved. It's amazing. It was amazing.
That is a proper insert.
Yeah.
No, honey, there's spots. They have to go in the spots.
Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Ruining your life. Okay, then I'm going to take up this cube because I'm picking up the card that I put down.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, this is awkward.
I'm going to blithely ignore things. I'll take this one.
Because you don't.
The problem with this game is it moves so fast, Steve's never going to be able to eat.
No. Well, no, I had a bar. See, I want to spend the cubes to take it, and that's not the game. That's not the rule.
I do always hum sing that song. I also, at Origins, was humming The Single Ladies the entire con because
Wait.
I was without Steve.
Chips on these ones to take that card.
Yeah, you have to pay a lot, honey. It's not cheap.
It was that one?
Do you want to change your mind? 'Cause-
Nope.
Okay. This is Steve. He makes a decision, goes
Yep.
in debt, and he just owns it.
One of the things that's interesting to note about this is while most of these are upgrades of spice, you often get some
Quantity.
you spend a cinnamon and then boom, you get a whole munch.
Munch.
Oh, that's it. I did originally want to get that one. That's fine. I have this one that's even better.
Okay, then.
Well, it even comes with a handy saffron ready for whoever takes
I'm going to
it.
convert
Ooh,
2 of these to 2...
It was T-ball
Saffrons. Charles says he likes the way you play. We're going to play Lignum next Tuesday, and in Lignum, you can take loads, and I'm anticipating Steve taking
Whoa.
one or
Was
all loads.
What was the game we played where
Feasts for Odin.
Was it? No, there's another game where someone we were playing with went far into debt, and they...
You?
Was it the time we played China Rails, and someone...
Oh!
Yeah, someone basically thought they could take loans even when they weren't in debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be Simeon.
Yep.
That's your turn. Joanna's confused because we're not calling them by the colors. Move this so cinnamon's in frame.
We could say the canonical name and then in verbal parentheses say the color.
So then I'm going to turn those 2 reds that I just got into 3, sorry, and
Turmeric.
those 3 turmeric into, or sorry, those 2 saffrons into 3 turmeric and 1 cardamom pod.
I will likewise.
You know what we could do is we could just like switch these for actual spices. I don't have that much saffron because saffron's expensive here, but I do have that much cinnamon cardamom pods.
Could we like
and
dry
turmeric.
like basically get them into little like cubes or like portions?
I mean, we could. They'd just be. We could get
Like make sugar cubes, but with like cinnamon. And,
So I exchanged the 2 saffron for 2 more turmeric and cinnamon.
Red is saffron and green is cardamom.
I will pay 1 turmeric to take this.
Okay. And then we keep playing the shuffle game.
That's a lot of turmeric.
Mm-hmm. What are we going for here? It's like I don't know what I'm going for.
I wonder if
I've yet to formulate a game plan.
so. This isn't. I wonder if there's some relation between like the area
I'm gonna
the people you're
do
trading with the type of
to
spice.
pick up. Oh, I don't have to place that one to get this card. What do they taste
No.
like? Oh, that's rough. I don't know what saffron and cardamom taste like aside from what they taste like. How would you? We could go small cardamom pods and try to describe it. This could turn into that game.
I'm not entirely confident of... I could describe cardamom.
Well,
I
let's
will
try it.
do a saffron
Oh, no, maybe I
with
don't
3
have
turmeric.
Are we about to inadvertently do like the cinnamon challenge?
God, no. No.
I had some friends that enjoyed the salt packet challenge, which is when you're at like a diner or something. Everybody gets a salt packet, or everybody gets a sugar packet, except for one person that gets a salt packet. I'll do that.
Have you ever done wasabi roulette?
No.
My cousin did. It was hilarious.
So wasabi roulette is basically where you have 6 pieces of sushi, and inside one of them, instead of fish, is a big dollop of wasabi. It comes out randomly, and you have to knock it back.
Mhm.
One person gets an unpleasant surprise.
One time, I think it was when I went to a theater to see The Dark Knight, and I went to get sushi before him, but didn't have time to eat it. So I'm in the darkened theater, picked up the sushi with my chopsticks, and that one piece of sushi had picked up all of the wasabi. So
Well then.
I played 1-player wasabi roulette.
That's not so much a roulette.
Yeah. Yeah. There wasn't much roulette. Well, I mean, I guess it was whichever, of the 6 pieces with the one that I picked up. Yeah.
I'm
It
gonna
wasn't fun.
pick up. Speaking of picking up, I'm gonna play that to do that. I don't have cardamom. I was gonna make this a fun stream, but I don't have it, so it's gonna be boring.
So,
Peppery cinnamon. Yeah, that's about what I would
1,
call
2,
it.
3, 4, 5. Thank yours.
Zena, why aren't you hungry and why don't you want your dinner?
Because she wants to go play with her mole friend. Steve, it's your turn. You should put some meat in it. Some freeze-dried meat. Or just give her cherries. Yeah, saffron is really good with, like, pho or soups. Zizu, can you look at me? I'm a little worried the mole scratched her in the face today. But she seems fine.
That's what we call a teachable moment.
She's not going to learn from this. All she learned was that moles won't play with her because she kills them.
I mean, that's a potent lesson.
But I don't think she realized that she killed it because she kept trying to play with it. So, and she plays with stuffed toys like that. So she's a shaker. Yeah. We're gonna stop talking about that. It's your turn, Steve. You can rest. Steve rests. Steve rests.
The court is no longer in session.
I think the people that weren't part of the preview got the context of the mole stuff.
Oh yeah, because they didn't know the mole story. Anyway, Xena tried to play with the mole today. Turns out moles can't stand up to her level of excitement. So yeah. There we go.
Yep.
Hey, Chad.
On to happier things.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up this card because why not?
Oh, I like how the banners go up or down on the different
Let's
types.
go up or down.
So on the one where you upgrade,
Oh, yes.
the banner is different to show that it.
It's different.
I'm going to exchange this cinnamon for two cardamom.
Okay, I am going to upgrade 2 turmeric for 2 saffron.
I'm gonna do 1, 2 to pick up this.
Right, I should be trying to get contracts.
They help.
You
Oh,
hush.
you just.
I want to make an engine, alright? Just making an engine.
I'm sorry, we had to stop the Twitch stream because for some reason Restream is like being really weird, so we can't use it right now, so we're just using YouTube. I'm sorry. I should probably tweet that.
Was it weird? That was you were saying you tried it a couple minutes ago and it was weird?
Yeah, Restream started to do the thing again, so YouTube started to fail.
I'm going to rest.
Right.
No, it's your turn.
Yeah, okay. I am going to get 2 of these. And you take your turn to complete a contract, right?
Correct. That is your whole action.
We need to deploy Chewies because she's gonna keep breaking.
Oh, no, that's why I let Ichi out, so I could give them chewies.
Well, no, but you didn't deploy Chewies.
Yeah, because it's my turn.
No, well, it hasn't been your turn for that long. Okay.
Well, it's now your turn.
It is now my turn, so you could do it right now.
That's...
In fact.
In fact.
In fact, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna spend 5 turmeric, which is exactly how many I have, to get 3 cardamom.
I just want to... Pork chomps, bacon flavor, rawhide free, premium brands. They're getting spoiled. I think pork chomps is a good... That feels like an off-brand like TV show or movie like snack name.
Pork chomps.
Pass me some of them pork chomps.
Oh god. Please don't trip over my people.
Or the dogs, something.
Mm-hmm.
Sit.
What? I just can barely see.
Sit.
Oh, okay. Cool. I read it. Great. Alright. Steve's turn. We're not going to read that one along. But, Charles, I understand. That's why I get girl dogs. They don't do that. Also, they don't have that for that to happen. Steve's turn.
So it is. I would like to spend...
Cash monies.
Get paid.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to... Oh, you're totally just going to do that. So,
Okay.
there's no reason for me to go for that one anymore.
What could I be planning?
So I'm going to pick up these 2 to pick up this. Yeah.
And surprising nobody, I will take the first contract.
First blood! And you get a coin for that. Nice.
Hello, new contract.
Well then, Steve, turn to feel the burn.
There are still plenty full coins available, should you choose to make your purchase here.
Yeah, we haven't tried a 2-player yet, because I just got back from the con last night, and passed out for 12 hours. So amazing.
All the sleep.
Yes. But we played it, I've played it 4-player. This is my first time playing it 3-player. It can go up to 5 players. So yes. I'm going to play this one to change these 2 cardamom into a cinnamon, a saffron, and 2 turmeric. See, I can do it. Boop, boop. Steve turn.
If I do.
So Mad Bono wants to know what Angelus and Tiffany were excited about discovering or seeing in Origins. Do you have one? It's my turn. You start.
I think I was pretty excited to get a copy of Barren Park and Cave vs. Cave. They tickled my fancies.
These are also secret, by the way.
Nobody saw mine. It's a secret.
It's kind of a open secret.
I was excited about Cave vs. Cave, but one of the things that surprised me was Fox in the Forest was my number 6, and I love it. It's so good.
It was very cute.
Yes. Well, cute's not, but it's good. It's good. Who paid a cardamom for nothing?
I was an idiot.
I'm like, who? What? Why would you? Sweet. On that delay of a note, I'm gonna pay 1 to pick up this because, heck yes. I'm attempting the strategy of not picking up my hand. It's probably not gonna work well.
It looks like, based on the number of cubes you turn in, is what the art is. So these are all the 3-cube turn-ins. That gentleman is all the 2-cube turn-ins.
This was originally a caravan, and there was going to be more of it inside, but then they decided, and it also had 2 covers, but they decided to change that. Whose turn is it?
It is my turn.
This is a really exciting
This is kind of a
what did I find that surprised me?
3 turmeric and 2 cardamom.
I was kind of excited to get a copy of Not Alone, even though it's new to Australia still. Or rather, it has not really hit Australia yet.
Well, it just released at Origins. That was the release date.
So I was seeing it at Essen, and I'm still thinking of these things as releases. Doesn't matter. Is it your turn?
It's my turn.
Okay.
Oh wow, we cleared out. We got everything that had cubes on it.
Well, I can't turn down that sucker.
Yeah.
That's too good. It's a free cinnamon. Ah! That one's really good too. I'm gonna have to refresh.
I will take...
I liked Whistle Stop! It was...
Whistle Stop, yeah.
Oh! My brain hurt. I was so tired. And I did really well in the first half of the game, and then I just kind of stopped. My brain just stopped. And so my engine in the game stopped, and it was pretty bad for me. But, yeah. Anyway. What did you think of it? Aside from just enthusiastically nodding.
He beat me by 10 points on that last stretch. No, I liked the choices that we had, but I did find there were...
You went fast.
Sorry.
Okay, now go.
I did find that there were times, especially towards the end, where my choices became truncated, or, if you're not aware of the end game, you can find it forces your hand.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to really pay attention to a lot, like the stocks, and you have to pay attention to keeping goods, and you have to pay there's a lot of timing that goes on, and then there's a lot of track routing, and coal is a super lucrative source, so you have to pay attention to that. It's just involved.
Sorry.
No.
The one thing that I found, it was very busy with 4 players. There was not a lot of downtime, but probably a reasonable amount of downtime at that 4-player count, just because...
No, I'm actually going to rest. Sorry. Go ahead.
There was just a lot going on.
I do like streaming fast games with more players, because there's more people to talk.
Yes.
There's 2 people to talk while one person takes a quick turn. Speaking of which, I will play that.
But Whistle Stop is so interesting. We're going to get a copy and do a stream pre-Gen Con to help those who might want to potentially pre-order. So that will help. Yeah. Somebody asked about Unearth. I have a copy of Unearth, and we'll be streaming it here in a couple weeks once the Origin releases are done. I might like Unearth more than this game. We'll see. I've only played it twice. You've played it a few times. We'll see. It has some interesting stuff, but it depends on rolling dice and placing dice, and I'm not sure how I feel about that in the context of that game. I know how I feel about it in other games.
Well, if we need someone to play a game that involves dice placement, I think I know someone we can call.
I don't know if John would like it.
Oh, because he likes dice selection.
He likes dice
There's
selection.
a lot of types of games and mechanics.
Alright. I'm just gonna, fan myself. Sentient. Sentient will be in the vlog that I am editing tonight. I've played Sentient as well. Sentient is good. Sentient is brainy. I'm afraid to get Sentient because I'm pretty sure Steve would just freeze up on the
You don't
AP
need
on
to be.
that.
You don't need to be sentient. You can just keep doing what you're doing. You don't.
I think that you would
Don't
really
worry
like
about it.
Sentient. I think John would love Sentient. But I think that that game would take so long. Because the AP potential in that game is so intense.
Reasons we got rid of 5 tribes.
Did you get a
Playing
chance
with
to
me.
play Sentient?
No.
The dice are... Did you see it, though?
Yeah, I was given a slight demo. It's just it was a time where I had 2 hours of sleep. I'm going, I know this is a bit... I know this is a basic game, but I just don't have the focus for it right now. Anyway, back to focusing on this game.
Was this deck randomly shuffled, or was it done in tiers?
Shuffle.
Okay, just curious.
It's all just random.
Because it seemed like some of the better ones are maybe coming out, but the market is self-correcting. So.
Let's see. What else? What's else? Good night, Joanna. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, it's your turn to feel the burn. It's Steve's turn. You have to make up song names about Steve. There's Cheatin' Steve,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Steve a Turn.
Mm-hmm.
What other songs do I have about Steve? And board games. It has to be board game related.
You're asking me when it's my turn. I can't talk when it's my turn.
Yeah, I know.
So then I never finish my turn.
Steve the Cube Collector.
It doesn't quite work as well. Maybe not as relevant. In future
That's a
games.
cube
No, it's
collection.
right now, yes. But
I mean, in a
it's-
moment he's going to be Steve the Cube Loser, but
climbers. You want to know about climbers? Where is that?
Maybe look up.
You want to know about the climbers? Well, my friends, we will have a stream of the climbers soon. This is the one copy in North America. Oh. And we're gonna do a media tour thing, so you'll see it at a lot of. And I just looked out because I'm the West Coast person. So we're gonna stream it, and then we're gonna send it to another reviewer, and it's gonna slowly make its way across the country. I'm really excited about that. I'm super excited about that. I'm just taking this because I need the flipping cubes.
You know what's silly is when I worked at a location-based gaming company, and that was one of the things that we wanted to put in but never did, was basically packages that people would give to people that were nearby, and then those packages would make it across the U.S. But
I did my turn.
that never happened, so I'm just tickled pink that we are doing it with an actual game.
I may or
I
may
think
not
that's
have
super
stole this copy of the climbers.
cool. You're right. Sending it across the country is just giving it back to the rightful owners.
Eventually, he said it could take as long as needed. But there's gonna be so I'm gonna make a Twitter handle for it. It's gonna be a thing. I'll tweet about it and all that jazz when it happens. But we're gonna have a special stream of the climbers here in a couple weeks, probably in July. Maybe the first week of July. It'll be scheduled. We're scheduling our streams pretty far out because we have a lot of things to stream between now and Gen Con. Because I was given a lot of copies of things that released at Gen Con to stream before they come out at Gen Con. So we have several titles in the queue, as it were, so that you all can see them be played before before Gen Con, so you can make an educated purchasing decision. It is my turn. I am going to... Oh, is it worth it for me to do that? Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh, I already played it. I'm converting these 4 to 4...
Oh, because you can do
Saffron.
multiples.
You can.
There's not very many rules yet. I'm not keeping them.
I may be defeating Tiff's purpose.
Ladders
but
are one use in climbers, yes. You slightly defeated it, but that's okay, because I can recover from that.
Well, Saffron's still pretty good. It's still good.
It's helpful for other things,
Yes.
which I will mention soon.
I I think I need to rest. Was it, there was a year recently at Gen Con where you were saying there weren't very many Gen Con releases because a lot of those were either Origins or Kickstarter releases. Was that last year?
Last year there just wasn't a lot at Gen Con, yes.
Because it sounds like from what you're saying that this year there's going to be...
There's still not going to be a ton.
Okay.
Like, if you think to a few years ago, where it was like, there are literally 70 games coming out and you have to pick. This year, it's again... There's a lot coming out, but the number is probably like 20 because a lot of stuff comes on Kickstarter first, and so for mass market it'll be at Gen Con, but if you kickstarted it, you've had it.
I mean,
so there's that.
Personally, I'm okay with a smaller but pithier selection of games. It's exhausting trying to keep on top of everything.
It's so easy to miss. You know, oh, you missed the one gem out of the 70.
I know.
Or...
Oh, that FOMO.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Cornerstone, but this Climber's reprint will be
Rest.
the same as the original. So, if you've played the original, it's the same, for the most part. It's just upgraded art and a modern kind of box. I think there's like maybe one or two variants that have been adapted into official rules. But, yeah. So there's a copy of the Climbers. I'm very excited about it. I told Steve, out of all the games that I brought back from Origins, all of them could be destroyed. That's fine. But this is the one game that cannot, because Clayton from Capstone Games would probably be very upset.
I mean, we can, you know, take everything else out of the firebox except, like, our social security cards and that copy of the Climbers.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever been the risk of the house burning down recently or anything.
They don't know this story.
Oh, because I told it. I told the story right when Restream failed.
Yes.
So YouTube got to 8 minutes. John and I played a game of number 9, and then while I was telling the story about the house almost burning down.
I will
So-
do this because it's strictly better.
Steve had an outlet explode when he was doing a thing because a thing fell on it. And
Specifically, the I don't know if sometimes you've seen it in the corner, the reduced speed ahead sign, which is entirely metal, which was against the wall when I was grabbing the studio light. Somehow it was knocked and was pulled or fell directly into the outlet.
well, onto the prongs.
Onto the prongs, which had been pulled slightly out of the outlet, causing that outlet to explode.
Yeah. And this is a knob and tube room, so there was a freak out that was a knob and tube, and yeah.
It is the one outlet in the room that is actually properly grounded with modern outlet.
Turns out, after I called and scheduled an emergency electrician, we discovered that. So, anyway.
For turmeric, into 2 doodlers.
I'm gonna
That's
do.
the official term.
I'm gonna get a cinnamon. So yeah, what else was at Gen Con or Origins that was really
I mean,
Codenames Duet?
Yeah, Codenames Duet.
I liked that way more than I thought I would.
I'm excited about it after you telling me about Codenames Duet. That's very...
I sat down thinking, oh, this is going to be a cool cooperative version of Codenames, and went, oh my gosh, this is challenging me in ways I wasn't expecting. And then they showed us hard mode.
Oh god. Oh god, yeah. It took Angelus and I 3 games to win, finally. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's that feeling if you do play like a cooperative game and feel like you've just mastered it on the first play, it's a letdown. And it doesn't always happen, but...
Yeah. I think I'm just going to... I'll upgrade this... Or, sorry, this into this. So yeah, Codenames Duet is great. There'll be a stream of that coming soon. What else did I play that I was just pleasantly surprised at?
Dang it.
Rhino Hero Super Battle, super fun. What?
One step ahead of Steve.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just...
Well, no, I am too. But, oh, yes, because if I get that, you can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lignum is great. I picked up a copy, and actually Angelus and I played Lignum this afternoon.
And we're like, which copy we're going to play? And
Yeah,
so
we
that
had an argument on whose copy we got to play.
argument.
But we played his copy,
I
and
hate you all.
it was great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I am super excited. We're going to be streaming that on Tuesday. So not today, but next Tuesday we'll have John and special guest, not Angelus. Because Angelus.
I'm not a special guest.
No, you are, but it's not. You aren't the special
After the
guest.
first stream,
You're not a special guest.
you
after
only
the
get
first
to be
stream.
special guests.
Yeah. Then you're just
After
a
that,
guest.
you're just a guest.
I'm picking up this one. Yes.
Surprise, surprise! I'm picking up this one.
Yep. Don't forget your coin.
All right, and then speaking of surprises,
I think I'm just gonna make a calendar and put all the games we're streaming on the calendar because that'll make my life easier.
I would like,
Yes.
especially because often, it's
So
what
now
are we
what
streaming?
happens?
I don't think there's a benefit for those.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's any more incentive. We'll just stop playing, I guess.
I kind of like most one.
I'm gonna turn my 1 green into 2 reds. Oops, and a yellow.
If you take the last gold token, slide the pile of silver tokens so it is now above the leftmost point card.
Nice. We did not pick up Lisboa. I almost picked up Lisboa. We have
Sorry, did you do
the Gallerist that I still haven't played. Yes. So it's tough for me to get Lisboa because we've yet to actually successfully get one of his tables to his to the table. So
pretty, so pretty.
I am gonna turn 2 cinnamon into everything.
Make me one with everything.
I don't know. I'm thinking of this. I'm just thinking of this as a Dune skin already. Like it is. I might tell people it's my favorite non-licensed Dune game.
darn.
Oh, someone could. No, I won't say the word Printer Studio.
So
Not intentionally.
No.
I think I'm gonna rust.
I am converting these to cinnamon. Cinnamon. Steve, would you like to take a time?
I think
I'm a little disturbed.
I will tune. I'd love to.
Oh God.
Look, I was just flirting with danger. You're taking it out on a date.
That is not my other name, Danger.
Vitale was at Origins, and if you scheduled a demo and he was the one teaching you Lisboa, he gave you like a history lesson while he taught it to you, apparently, which sounds freaking awesome.
That is cool. I think that's one of my favorite things about games that are very about a very specific like place and or time is you just have.
Well, it's just very clear he like
context
researched the heck out of it, you know.
I think that's one of the things that I do like about, say, Panamax is that it's like, map of the Panama Canal. You're going through all the actual things. It's like there's history and context behind it that makes it interesting. I am a sucker for those non-gameplay things.
Yeah.
History is my minis as far as games go.
Let's see, what else? What else? Cave versus Cave is great. Angelus and I played that again today, actually having known the rules and having played it before, and it's fantastic. I definitely feel it's more in line with, like, Akbas than the Inland Port, like, version of two-player things.
Interesting.
So
I still do want to play the Inland Port because I've heard.
I like it.
Yeah. From what I've heard, it sounds like I personally would rather play La Havre,
cool.
but
okay, I'm gonna do.
It's one of those I still want to play it sometime.
This.
To see how it runs.
No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I do. Okay. No, I don't. What do I do? I don't know. I'm gonna pick up a cinnamon.
Even you don't know what you do.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take 2 saffron.
All upgrade.
And so one of the things you'll note is that the market stops at a certain point in the game.
Because we just I have all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna upgrade that saffron to cardamom and that cardamom to cinnamon.
Boom, boom. I want to do this.
I'm gonna do the 3 saffron and the 2 cinnamon for that one.
That is nice about, I know one of the things about Seven Wonders is the fun part is when you switch to getting victory point cards, and it seems like this is how fast can you get your engine, and then to where you stop needing to use turns on the market.
With the Dominion tipping point.
Yeah.
So
Although,
this is-
to be fair, the Dominion tipping point is the first colony.
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, colonies are out there, yes. We should just play Dominion the rest of the night.
I'm going to turn those 2 cinnamon into
A whole bunch of everything.
a whole bunch of everything again.
So, Tiff, this is your last turn.
Oh, are you telling? Oh,
Oh, because Tiffany was the
no, because he's gonna
star
pick up.
player.
No, well, yes, but he's gonna
Yeah.
pick up that. So for my last turn, I can do nothing. I will get this to get one
It's
of
a point.
these. Yeah, it's a point.
And surprise, surprise, that will trigger the end of the game.
Then everybody who is not Tiffany gets one last turn.
No, Angelus
No
doesn't
whammies, no
either.
whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Angelus doesn't get one either.
Whammy.
It was more a case of I wanted to make sure Tiff had a chance to do something.
Thank you.
Welp, every non-yellow cube is a point.
Whatever.
Yes.
So actually, no.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? This stream is gonna be under an hour, easily.
But, you know,
I think. Well, we're definitely gonna do a bonus stream tonight.
it's Century 2.0.
It's.
Splendor.
I am just gonna. Rest.
Isn't it 6 contracts for 3 players? We might have gotten that wrong. I just was setting up the default.
Or 6 in a 2 or 3 player game. In
There we
fact.
go.
Holy moly!
So,
We've been doing
would you
everything
like
wrong.
to change your actions?
Yes, I would.
Well, no. Oh, 6 to end the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, we still have more actions. In that case, I would have rested. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, fair enough.
Okay. We go to 6 contracts. Thank you, Charles.
And then I will do 3 green.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 turmerics.
Rest.
I really should turn the fan off so it stops making noise, but I don't care.
2 red.
To 2 green. I'm gonna convert these 3 to red.
I'll take 3 turmeric.
I'll take 4.
Tiffany did not do well with that whole turmeric.
Let's see. Did
cards.
I bust over 10?
Yes.
No.
Exactly.
No, you haven't. Okay. I will turn my 3 saffron into a turmeric, cinnamon, and cardamom, which I said the wrong thing when I grabbed it.
I heard you. In my mind, I went back a few seconds and I heard you say Cinnabon. So the brown ones.
I mean,
from
I was
now
just
on,
in an
forever,
airport.
I'm just gonna consider them Cinnabons. So I will turn in 2 Cinnabons, 2 cardamom, and 2 turmeric
Great.
to do this contract. I'm sorry, designers of the game.
I'm going to do a cardamom pickup.
I'm exchanging 5 turmeric to 2 cinnamon.
Nice. I'm going to
Bup,
wait for
bup,
Steve's turn.
bup,
I'm gonna
bup.
wait for Steve's turn.
I'm gonna turn 3 turmeric into 1 Cinnabon.
Okay. I'm going to complete this contract.
My cunning plan has come to ruin.
That nailed it perfectly. Like right at the end of the game, everybody else was kind of behind. Got exactly the number of contracts.
So after this stream, we're gonna do a bonus stream of number 9 because Steve's number 9 stream had issues, which is entirely out of his control. So we're going to do a bonus stream with Angelus after this for that.
Rest.
So I won't be a special guest for that one.
Yes.
No, yes.
Well, if we stop the stream and restart it, if we can cheat it by continuing the stream and then doing a split thumbnail.
But we're not going to do that. I'm
Sorry.
going to
We could, but we won't.
pick up. Sagrada is so good.
It's very pretty. And I'm going to do this to exchange this to traffic lights. It's like traffic lights and then brown.
The fourth color in the traffic light was eliminated pretty quickly in the development process.
We had testing issues.
I'm going to do. I'm gonna do a single cardamom.
Oh, the single cardamom.
Oh, the single cardamom. I did. I had that stuck in my head all weekend, all week.
Two saffron.
Well, Angelus will end it. Let's see if it doesn't do it.
I mean, is it theoretically possible from you get two contracts?
No.
Well,
No,
I would have to get one this turn.
But
Well,
if
I
he
don't
took
have the
your
keys,
thing, yeah.
But
If he took what you were going for, he could stop it. But hey, Nutters, you missed the entire game, and I don't mean that sarcastically. We're almost done, but we're gonna do a bonus stream with number 9 after this.
I mean, I could drag out the end of the game just through me figuring out what to do on my last 2 turns, but that would be
Boring. You want to try and get a cinnamon. You need to do something this turn to get you a cinnamon. Oh, and 2 saffron. It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen.
you don't have an upgrade?
Could you get another turmeric?
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
We started early. We're gonna start even earlier on Thursday for the Cave versus Cave stream. I'm gonna try it for 6:30. Maybe 6 if I can get Steve here
Is
on
it
time.
because it's a long game, or just because you want East Coast people to have a chance to watch it?
Because I want East Coast people to have an easier time watching it.
Sorry, Australia.
I can't win. It's like there's this big circle and everybody's
Hey,
just around it.
There's 24 hours in the day. We can do this.
For reference, 7 p.m. here means noon tomorrow. Back home in Sydney.
So we
Alright,
could
I'm gonna
be
convert this
streaming in
one.
2 different days at the same time.
Technically, we kind of are.
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2 people jumped on when they saw I was here from hometown. And now
Now
I-
he triggers in.
I unceremoniously end the game.
Yes. So Steve has one last chance.
Oh!
There you go.
Lucky!
Yes. Well, I will get those 3 points that were divinely attributed and pick up this. So
There you go. Success!
and then the refills for no reason.
So you just take out your starting hand cards, and then everything else just kind of wipes. And then you add up the totals. Gold coins are 3 points, silver are 1.
And they have a different border because they love us.
Yes. So this would be
Did we all get? Oh, you got more than
28, 32, gold, 40.
No!
Ah!
Last minute revenge.
Yeah, I'm just destroying Angelus' stuff. We got
66.
65.
We switched.
What'd you get?
77.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. And that's Century Spice Road, everyone.
It did not take a century to play.
No, it did not. We actually, with me fiddling with the stream, we're like basically at an hour. Gold is 3, is what I was taught. I have not confirmed in the rules. So there's that. That's the problem, is I get taught games at cons and then it turns out.
Gold tokens are 3.
Perfect!
But yeah,
Sometimes they're incorrect.
It does seem like sometimes it takes a couple of games after the con to really cement the actual rules.
Well, no, because like demoers might teach wrong, or like
Yeah,
the person
or-
that bought it might read it wrong.
Because they're teaching it off their first play. It's amusing.
I remember.
Oh.
I remember demoing.
The box is signed, yes. Chad says, I heard they don't play many board games in Australia, as they're too busy fighting off the 600 deadly poisonous animals that live in their front yards.
No, we just have tolerance.
Oh. Oh, yeah, no, we tried to poison him earlier. He didn't flinch. Yeah.
It's when
But
people
he
come
was-
to visit.
He
Like,
was
you don't-
magically surprised by the squirrels, which I think is still amazing.
Squirrels! And raccoons!
Yeah, he got to see a raccoon and a squirrel. They don't have those in Australia.
What, I was
And he could see a dead mole if he wanted.
Do they have versions of squirrels and raccoons? They're just incredibly deadly and poisonous. You're like, oh, furry creatures that
Oh,
are...
we have our drop bears.
Yeah. Do you have an equivalent to a squirrel? Just like a pest that lives in trees and neighborhoods?
Politicians.
The worst thing that squirrels do for us is they'll chew through and like get in your attic. They'll also sometimes chew through wiring. But they like to bury seeds and nuts in the garden beds.
I mean, we've got rats,
Oh,
which is
well.
about as close as we go. We have possums, but they're much more benign.
So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think every season, or at least the season after the squirrels bury everything,
Where's the base?
Xena finds like one of everything.
Oh yeah,
like,
she's found hazelnuts, walnuts,
peanuts, walnuts. Yeah, it's
She finds a lot for us. So yeah, the bowls just go right back into the insert.
perfect. That was fantastic.
So yeah, they go right in, and then the cards all go right in, and you just there's no like setup difficulty. It's just, and then you put the single rule sheet, and then you put.
Single rule. Sorry. That's it.
Now it's stuck in your head. So yeah, Emerson was there. He was at the booth, the Plan B booth, and I was one of the first people to purchase a Century Spice Road from him, and I was like, oh my god, I want it signed! And from that moment on, it occurred to him that people would want his game signed, which is great. So yes, this is signed by the designer, who I've actually known for quite a while, and he's been in some vlogs, so yeah.
I love seeing like designers' faces in vlogs and pictures and signatures. I like when designers are more existent and prevalent in the same way that publishers often are. Or certain people are like the face of a publisher. It's nice to see.
Well, so he's Nausicaa Games, but he's signed with Plan B Games, I believe, who did Flick 'em Up, and they had Pretzel Games. So they did Flick 'em Up and Junk Art and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Very cool.
There we go. Thank you for joining us on this stream of Century Spice. Well, let's talk about what we think about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We gotta do that part. We gotta do that part.
We have so many opinions.
Okay, so this has been described as basically like Splendor Plus. So if you like Splendor and the simplicity of it and the teaching of it, but you wanted a little bit more, this was kind of what that was advertised as. And I think it hits that mark. I think it succeeds in being Splendor Plus. It's simple to teach. It's straightforward from a what are we doing standpoint, kind of like how Splendor is. It is not fiddly. I mean, the card sliding is annoying, but
that's not the same as I don't know, forgetting to do a rule or forgetting that you can score in a certain way or whatnot. And I don't know, the visual indicator of the row is shorter than it should be. It's fine.
I mean, it's no more L's.
yeah, more L's in the
Yeah.
yep. But yeah,
I think I liked the fact that the picking up, I don't know, just acquiring cubes didn't feel fiddly at all. I liked that I had to get the card as a turn, and then I could immediately, put it down. Like, just the flow of the game flowed as nicely as the spice did. Like, I didn't find myself tripped up.
I'm just trying to make Dune references. Is that what's happening?
I think we've put that concept in our audience that said the spice must flow. I mean, that is probably the most significant feature of the game, is it has that pace. It's very liquid and fluid. The way the cards move down is just kind of reflects that pace in its own way. And I think there's a lovely synergy there and a sort of symmetry as well. I think it's funny, like, the first time we tried to sit down, I was like, so, do the cubes actually have a name? And we just saw this, from the person teaching us, it's like, and it's like, defaulting to red, green, yellow, and brown.
Yeah.
It's like,
But at the same time, I think that is something that some other games are maybe a little bit too dry on, is that they do actually represent spices, and you can kind of latch onto that as theme, and not just, like, we're trading something intangible.
well, you'd hope a game that features spice does have some flavor.
Well, right.
Oh god.
Oh, God. Special
Okay,
guest status for
okay.
both.
So what about the concept of, like, the thing that's been said about if you enjoy Splendor but you wanted more, this gives that. Like, because we played Splendor, I've played Splendor, and I played probably 5 or 6 times, and then I was like, this is over. Like, the price point's a little much for what the game is, and once you've played it once or twice, it's there. I mean, it's a great muggle game, it's a great brainless game, it's a great, like, play with casual gamers.
I don't think put it's a great brainless game on the box.
Well, no, but I mean, it is, if you're a hardcore hobbyist gamer, Splendor is kind of like, I want to play something, but I don't want to have to think about it much. That kind of game.
Well, one thing I would say about this, I like games when they are, the rules are a little less complex, but it's the player interactions that make them interesting. So, for example, the market is self-regulating. We decide how much we think those cards are worth, whereas something like Splendor, there are the different rows for the different cards you pick up. There's a set amount of each, and it's very much, the game is more controlling what goes out, whereas with this, we're regulating what we think those things are worth, and at a certain point, we're all just not buying from the market anymore.
Sure.
Like, there's that peak in the game is interesting, and it's more
You
depending
don't
on how
really-
we play the game.
Yeah, you don't really necessarily get that. Well, you do almost get that in Splendor with the chips when you have enough cards down
Yeah,
to give you what you need.
you do, but it's just like the market in this was
Yeah.
you know.
I also
Regular
find
way.
you have to be a little bit clever, because the first time we played it, I gunned straight for grab the cheapest contracts ever, and I did trigger the end, but I lost. So that was an interesting observation, that you can just play the cheap game and it doesn't necessarily get you the win. I find with Century, my choices have more relevance. Like, I found I was thinking about more things, but what I also appreciate about this over Splendor is it's easier for me to eyeball the information on the table. I don't know, maybe the particular cubes, they just stand out better than the chips, or it's just easy for me to pass the information about, okay, you're at this point, I'm at this point, and so my calculations and my information of the game was more informed.
Yeah.
And especially parsing the contracts especially really
Yeah.
jumped out. I didn't feel as surprised when someone completed something
Sure.
or whatnot, because it's just
I'm not like staring for a minute or two going, okay, you're almost at this noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netters, I have not played the Splendor's latest expansion, so I can't speak to that. I know that some people are saying that it makes Splendor good for them again, but
Apparently mean.
it's mean. The
I've heard
expansion's
that.
mean.
Mhm.
Yeah. So colorblind's a great point. So Charles brings up that somebody in his game group has trouble seeing the color of cubes on the card, which is true. Our first play of this, we played with somebody that was colorblind, but he only had trouble seeing, I think, the green ones, but he could discern enough for his type of colorblindness that he understood that if it was gray, that meant green. But if you are full colorblind, with the red-green especially, that's going to be really tricky with this one, which sucks.
And perhaps, I know some games they do, this symbol has a color, but it is a specific symbol and it corresponds to this cube, but that maybe also makes it less immediate. Like
Yeah.
which thing on the card corresponds to which cube, but I think that is a drawback for not having symbols.
Yeah.
They need to have bigger cubes for them to be differentiated or shaped in particular ways.
Yeah,
which is-
or cut the corners or something is something they sometimes do.
And Meeple's Force update or something new. Little tokens.
Well, the cubes aren't so... he was saying the cubes aren't so much of a problem because he
Right.
knew this was yellow, red, green, brown. It was more on the
on the
card.
cards.
Yeah.
But even then, like, yeah.
Probably something that could, I mean, you could put a little.
That should be fixable with like sort of graphic symbols in the middle of the color. Like
Yeah, in the middle of the cube.
Yeah.
I say some games I don't do that, where it's just in the middle as an indicator.
Yeah, Netter says that she has played the Splendor expansion, and it refreshed the game for her, but she still wasn't very impressed. So, there's that. So yeah, that's Century Spice Road. I think if you are looking for kind of a midway game that you can sit and you can play, and you can still hang out, but also still play a game, this could be something that you're looking for. I mean, we sat and we played and we chatted and like snuck off and did things with dogs and dinner. And we taught and played it in under an hour. So there's that. Am I extremely like impressed by this game? Not necessarily. I am impressed with the simplicity of it, for sure, and the elegance, if we're gonna use that word. But it wasn't like earth shattering for me, if
Pleasant.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pleasant, it's fine, but it wasn't anything like amazingly new. It wasn't anything amazingly intuitive, I feel.
But it didn't take some of those missteps that can make a game like this not hit that audience. Where it'd be like, I would teach it to the neighbors, except
Oh yeah.
X, you know,
And
like,
this is the perfect game to take over to play with the neighbors. Actually, now that Steve brings it up.
because I remember
like,
when we were going through Hanagawa, which I think we told the story before. They'd gotten the other day, and there were some things that were just tripping them up.
Yes.
With that.
Yeah. So
No,
this would be so much easier than Kanagawa to teach them.
And I was just gonna say, I would happily just play this again immediately. Like, I don't feel, exhausted after playing it, or like, let's play something else. I was like, yeah, let's, I would happily play this twice in a row.
Yeah. Nutter says Barron Park or Century Spice Road. For us, Barron Park.
Baron Park.
Just no hands.
Engines are fun, but if there's a puzzle I can do, that just
And Barron Park is a puzzly engine, because if you get the right pieces and you lay it, you
Yep.
can kind of like cascade into stuff, which is super interesting.
Also cute bears and
Yeah.
koalas and pandas.
Aren't pandas technically bears? I think I googled this. I think they might be, because they're not marsupials.
But koalas definitely are.
Yes, koalas definitely aren't bears.
And the design is Australian. You should know better.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, we are going to stop this stream. We're going to do a bonus stream of number 9 because the number 9 stream failed. So
are we gonna do number 10?
Where is number 9? Oh, I see it. Okay. So I'm going to, if you haven't stuck around for, a bonus stream before, what's going to happen is I'm going to stop this stream, and about 10 minutes later, we will start it up, and we'll have a new thumbnail and a new title, and we will start playing number 9.
Netter says number 9 take 2.
Yeah.
Does that make it number 18, actually?
No, it would be like number 9.5.
Number 9.5.
I think we're going to call it number 9.5.
11? It's number 9 plus 2.
Yeah. So, if you want to hang out for the bonus stream, if you just hang out on this page, hang out in the chat, keep talking amongst yourselves, you will see when the bonus stream goes live. It'll just start for you. Otherwise, I will send the link out again when we start that. But if you are watching this in the future and thus not streaming, thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable and interesting to you. And if you'd like to get your own copy of Century Spice Road, you can do so down below in the doobly-doo. You can also, down in the doobly-doo, find Angelus' Twitter and a link to his page where he does reviews. He's at 300 reviews. 300 plus, right?
Yeah, 300 was last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 300 was last week, guys.
And you just did a couple reviews of Origin games too, right?
I queued them up. I need to do the photography for them.
Oh, yes. Which we'll talk about later. Okay, so now I'm going to stop it. Steve's going to go eat his dinner. And we're going to set up number 9. All right, we'll be back. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Christopher Kyle has been like raving about you the entire time.
Well, thank you very much.